Hello and happy Saturday. So this week I was planning on going hiking yesterday and going on an adventure, but two things came up. First, the whole afternoon it was all kind of rainy and not really good hiking weather, so I didn't go hiking. And the second thing was, for some reason, I was very tired yesterday. And I don't know what it was, if it was just from a long week or from the workouts I've been doing or not sleeping well. I think it was a combination of all that stuff, that I was just really tired. So I just decided, you know what? It's my Sabbath. I was going to go adventure and explore, but I was like, today I'm just going to lay around and rest. So I did. So that's what I did yesterday on Friday, and I rested. And I kind of want to talk a little bit more about the Sabbath and why I do it and what I do for it, because it's something I know a lot of people in the Christian church know about. They hear about the Sabbath from the Old Testament, but they don't really apply it to their life. And I think it's something that all Christians should do, and it's very helpful when it's done, and it can really help rejuvenate and give you energy and kind of help you out throughout your week. So my Sabbath, I started because I was taking a class, and one of the things that we was talking about Sabbath and rest, and so I decided to apply it to my life, and it was really helpful. So what I do is I take my Sabbaths on Fridays. So Fridays and Saturdays are my days off for the most part, and those Fridays the day I take my Sabbath. So what I do is, on Thursday evening, I try to get every single thing I need to do for work get done by Thursday afternoon. So I try to get everything done so that Saturday afternoon, all I have to do is kind of review stuff, but I don't have to prepare anything. So I try to get everything done and finished Thursday afternoon. Then usually Thursday night is when I start my Sabbath, and I usually kind of lay low, watch movie stuff. Then wake up Friday. I sleep in. That's one of the most important things, is sleep in. Like, starting off the Sabbath, because in the Jewish times, in the Old Testament, Sabbath started at sunset. So the first thing you theoretically did on your Sabbath was to rest. So that's something that I believe is very important and very helpful, is getting some good sleep. So I slept in, no alarm clock, woke up. Then yesterday morning, I kind of sat around, watched some Netflix, made some breakfast, drank some coffee, kind of a nice slow start to the morning. Played some video games, kind of late. Like, it's some people think, it's just kind of being lazy, but there's a part of rest to it. And then after that, I worked out. I went for a bike ride. I did some yoga and just kind of relaxed and did some workout, stretch my body, get my body moving around. And then I came back, had some lunch, or just took a shower, had some lunch, and I went back. And then I sat and I did a long, extended Bible study. That's one of the other things to do in my Sabbath, is I take a long and extended Bible study, and I do from some prayers from the Book of Common Prayer. I do some Lectio Divina, and I do some scripture reading, and I also read some other books too. And I do that, and I extend the time on my Sabbath day to do that. And it's really helpful, really can pour into it, don't have the pressure of other things going on to do that. And then usually on Friday afternoons, depending, sometimes I go out to a movie, other times I go and rent some movies. And so I just kind of lay around and relax, and it was really helpful. And I felt really good about it. And I was able to contact a couple of friends, talk to them, text them, call a couple people, just kind of be able to see them and talk to them, and then get some rest in my life. And today I wake up much better. I didn't really fall asleep that well last night, but I did feel much more awake today when I woke up, which is really good. Yeah, but that's what I do for my Sabbath. My Sabbath is about me finding rest. And the thing I feel about the Sabbath is that it's the beginning and an ending. And it's something where, like, it's a strange thing, but like the Sabbath is like the start and the end of the week. So it's kind of like, the beginning and the end. I think of it as a nice breath, between the weeks, and it kind of ends the one week, close the week before, and then starts the next week. Because I kind of view my weeks from like Saturday to Saturday, kind of like, or Saturday to Friday. So like that's kind of the start for it. And I do all this preparations where for my next week, then that next week, but I'm able to do it all. There are lots of different ways you can take Sabbath, and I think something everybody should try to find in your life. And I'm doing this for now, as I have this job here, and I'm able to do this on Fridays, but it's something I really do enjoy. In college, I did it my Sunday afternoons, because I worked super hard on Saturday to make sure all my homework was done on Saturday, so then Sunday afternoons, I didn't have to do anything, which was really nice as well, since I was starting to work in this church, and I was busy a lot on Sunday mornings, and then Sunday afternoons I also had some other conflict stuff going on, so it was nice having just that time to rest. And it's something I think everybody can do. And a 24-hour period, we can all find a day to rest. And I think the big thing about it is doing something to seek rest. And I think the big things that you need to do on a Sabbath is one is rest and sleep, and actually like get more sleep than you need to. So like sleep in, go to bed early and sleep in, which is important. And like that's the first thing I think, and it's important because it shows that when we rest in God. We trust God to give us the rest, and so sleeping is one way where we trust in God to give us rest. Second thing you should do is spend some time in the Bible in prayer or meditating or scripture and something like that. And that's what I do. I try to do that every day, but I try to put more time into it in the Sabbath to make it sweeter and longer than normal is. Third thing I have to do is to read and just sit back and read. Sometimes I read books, sometimes I read magazines, sometimes I read news, online articles, but just read something and slow down and read. Because I think a lot of times we're too busy to read, and so stopping and reading is really helpful. Another thing I like to do is to cook or to eat some good food out. So it depends. Some days I like to cook something, make a nice supper, slow down, or a lot of times that's when I go out to eat on my Sabbath. So it's a little bit of both, Usually go out to eat for lunch and then cook something for dinner. But it's kind of like, relaxing, go to Chipotle. That's usually what I do, that good food. The other thing I like to do on Sabbath is go outside and spend some time outside and just enjoying the sunshine. Go hiking. I do that a lot on my Sabbath, is go for hikes, go drive the parkway, go find somewhere to take pictures. But I do that a lot too, is resting and like going outside and taking in nature. Then the other thing I like to do is to do something fun and find something fun to do. And that is, and I think a Sabbath should be, and what you should do on the Sabbath. And it's been really helpful for me. I've found myself a lot stronger and a lot better working when I'm able to take a full day off and rest for the Sabbath. Which a lot of people think, I can't take 24 hours off. Like I don't have the time to do it. But it's like you don't know how productive you are until you're able to take that time and stop. Because the Sabbath, like the time when you're actually able to stop and do it, you're able to actually really help yourself out and really put yourself in a good spot to rest and to do well. So those are my thoughts on the Sabbath. That's about all I have for this week. I do have one more thing I want to show, and the next thing I'm going to show is a song that I wrote. You may have seen that I'm been trying to write some songs based on the proverb or psalms, and I did that. So here is another song that I wrote, and until next time, happy trails. The song is written from the verses of Psalm 5, and it's called Lead Me, Lord, Lead Me. Help me find your righteousness.